It was a normal night on Earth, cities glowing with lights, streets filled with cars, and people settling into their homes, families laughing, and children playing video games. No one suspected that this night would change the world forever. At exactly midnight, everything shifted in an instant. Billions of humans vanished. Not a sound, not a trace. Only empty houses, open doors, and abandoned cars remained. Pets wandered the streets, confused and scared, and alarms blared in empty buildings. News stations across the globe tried to report, but reporters found only silence, empty studios, and their own voices echoing in the air. Governments were stunned, military bases locked down, but there were no soldiers, no commanders, nothing. Scientists scrambled to understand. Satellites orbited silently, analyzing Earth from above, but they could not detect the vanished humans. No signs of teleportation, no evidence of disaster, only the normal cities, frozen in time. Then the satellites noticed something strange. Energy readings appeared across the planet, millions of them, moving upward, glowing faintly in the darkness. A strange pattern forming above cities, forests, and oceans. Something big was happening. From every continent, massive shapes began to rise, slowly at first, but then faster. Gigantic starships, thousands and thousands, appearing like ghosts above Earth. The first vessels moving silently toward the sky, leaving trails of shimmering light. People watching from safe places, cameras left running, could not believe their eyes. The ships were enormous, some bigger than mountains, perfectly shaped, advanced beyond imagination, and still empty of visible humans, yet controlled with precision. Scientists speculated, could humans have evolved overnight? Could this be some advanced experiment? Or had they discovered a way to leave Earth without warning anyone? The suspense grew as each ship ascended into orbit, forming patterns no human mind had ever designed. News channels, still running automated feeds, showed the sky filled with floating giants. Commentators whispered theories, governments held emergency meetings, and the world waited in silence, hearts pounding with fear and wonder. Then, from deep space, sensors picked up signals that seemed directed at the rising ships, mysterious, complex, and intelligent. The first indication that Earth's disappearance might have attracted attention from beyond the planet. Military leaders watched their radars in disbelief. Alien observers, perhaps, or unknown civilizations noticing Earth's sudden change. The world realized that humans were no longer just Earthlings. They were something more, something unknown. As the night continued, the last rays of dawn revealed an empty planet below. Cities, shining like jewels in the early morning light, yet silent, untouched by humans, while above, 500,000 vessels floated, ready, waiting, silent witnesses to a new chapter in the galaxy. No one knew what had caused the vanishing. No one could predict what would happen next. Suspense hung in the air like thick fog. The world's imagination raced, minds spinning with fear, curiosity, and awe. And as the first alien signals bounced off the human starships, the galaxy held its breath, watching, wondering, waiting for the first signs of action from the species that had suddenly disappeared, leaving everything behind. This was only the beginning. The night humanity vanished had started a story that no one on Earth or beyond could ignore. A story that would change the course of history, the universe itself, and the answer to the question everyone now asked: what had really happened to humans? As the first light of dawn spread across the empty Earth, the starships continued to rise, their shapes now clear against the sky, some triangular, some circular, all enormous, glowing faintly with a strange energy. From every continent, thousands of ships moved in perfect formation, as if guided by a single mind. Forests and deserts below watched silently, oceans reflecting the metallic giants floating above. Inside the starships, humans were no longer ordinary. Their forms changed, taller, stronger, and glowing faintly. Their eyes bright with knowledge and purpose. They moved in silence, working together with absolute coordination. Military radars on the few remaining automated stations tried to track them, but nothing moved fast enough to stop them. Fighter jets and satellites were useless. The humans had transformed, their intelligence and power beyond comprehension. Around the world, automated cameras recorded the spectacle. People who had somehow survived in isolated bunkers watched in disbelief. their hearts racing, their minds struggling to understand. How could humans change so fast, so completely? As the ships reached the edge of Earth's atmosphere, they paused, hovering thousands of vessels floating silently in space, forming enormous patterns, circles and lines that could be seen even from the moon. A message, perhaps, or a signal. Then, a strange phenomenon appeared. Energy pulses spreading from the starships into deep space. Signals that traveled faster than light, reaching unknown distances, reaching beings who had never seen Earth before. Alien scouts, scattered across the galaxy, detected the pulses, and their leaders convened immediately. The messages were complex, intelligent, unlike anything they had encountered, and filled with warning and invitation at the same time. Some aliens feared the humans, their sudden rise, their enormous fleet, and their mysterious signal. Others were curious, sensing potential allies or a chance to learn new knowledge. Debates raged across alien councils, some demanding investigation, some calling for caution. Back on Earth, human starships moved with purpose, forming defensive and observational positions, some ascending toward the outer planets, some orbiting silently above the abandoned cities, a pattern of preparation and strategy. It became clear to the few who could observe that humans had not disappeared by accident. They had left Earth intentionally, evolving in a single night to a form capable of interacting with the galaxy. Their motives hidden, but their power undeniable. News broadcasts, now automated, replayed images of the rising ships endlessly. Analysts speculated about advanced technology, unknown energy sources, and possible contact with alien civilizations. Fear and awe mixed in every report. And then the first messages returned, faint, almost unrecognizable. Alien responses to human signals, patterns of light and sound, complex, precise, intelligent, confirming what everyone suspected. Earth had caught the attention of the galaxy. Suspense grew as humans began to move their fleets outward, silently exploring space, sending signals, establishing positions near the Moon, Mars, and the asteroid belt, leaving the audience wondering what their next move would be. The night had passed, the Earth was still empty, but above, a new story was unfolding, one that stretched beyond the planet, beyond the solar system, and into the stars. Humans had changed the game, and the galaxy had noticed. And as the alien scouts reported back to their leaders, the universe began to understand that something extraordinary had occurred on Earth. Humans were gone, yes, but they were not lost. They were rising, ready to enter the galaxy in a way no one had ever imagined. The rise of the starships was only the beginning. The real story, the real suspense, had just started, and the universe waited, watching, wondering what the humans would do next. The galaxy had noticed, and the response was swift. Alien civilizations across countless star systems began observing Earth, scanning the rising fleets of human starships, their curiosity mixed with caution. Some alien leaders viewed the humans as a threat, a species capable of disappearing from a planet overnight and emerging with thousands of massive starships could not be underestimated. Others saw potential. The humans might be allies, a new force in the galaxy. Alien councils convened in massive orbital stations, glowing with energy, their members debating in languages humans could not hear. Some demanded immediate investigation. Some insisted on sending envoys. Others wanted to wait, watching the humans closely. Back on Earth, the human starships maintained perfect formation, some orbiting abandoned cities, others moving outward toward the edge of the solar system, their movements precise, deliberate, signaling organization beyond imagination. The humans had evolved, not only in strength and intelligence, but in strategy, each ship a part of a greater plan, their signals pulsing into deep space, reaching the ears and senses of civilizations who had never encountered anything like them. Alien scouts approached cautiously, small vessels, scanning the human fleet from a distance, their sensors detecting advanced energy shields, propulsion systems, and patterns that suggested intelligence far beyond normal human understanding. Messages were exchanged. At first, simple signals of peace and curiosity, then more complex. Humans showing glimpses of knowledge and capability, but always calm, never aggressive, yet firm, leaving alien observers both amazed and cautious. Some alien factions were afraid, worried that humans might be a threat. Others curious, fascinated by the sudden evolution and organization. Debates raged, and small conflicts almost erupted. only restrained by leaders seeking caution and observation. On Earth, or what remained of it, the humans continued preparing, observing the approaching alien vessels, sending signals, studying their movements, silent but powerful, communicating in ways no alien had seen before. The galaxy was beginning to understand that humans were no longer ordinary. They were a species reborn, capable of rapid transformation and extraordinary organization, a force that could no longer be ignored. Tensions rose as larger alien fleets approached cautiously. Unsure whether to attack or negotiate, humans observed calmly, shields ready. Starships aligned in formations that spoke of both defense and diplomacy. Signals from humans reached the alien fleets, a combination of mathematics, light patterns, and energy pulses, simple yet complex, inviting dialogue while demonstrating intelligence and coordination. Some aliens interpreted the messages as a warning, others as an invitation. The suspense was palpable, entire systems holding their breath, waiting to see if humans would strike or extend a hand in peace. Meanwhile, automated cameras on Earth and orbiting satellites recorded every movement of the human starships. Streams of data sent to distant observers, the story spreading silently across the galaxy. The humans remained calm, their intentions hidden, their power evident. A species that had disappeared overnight, now commanding attention across light, capable of changing the balance of civilizations. And as the first alien envoys cautiously approached the human fleet, the universe realized that humanity had entered a new era, no longer confined to a single planet, no longer ordinary, and the true story of their rise was only beginning. The galactic response had begun, and suspense hung heavy across star systems, every species wondering what humans would do next, whether they would bring peace, war, or something no one could imagine. The night on Earth was silent, the world below empty, yet above, a new chapter in the galaxy's history was unfolding. The humans had awakened, and the universe could not look away. The alien envoys finally arrived, small, sleek vessels hovering near the human star, their crews watching cautiously, scanning every movement, every light, every energy pulse from the humans. The humans remained calm, standing silently on the bridge of their starships, their glowing forms showing no fear, no aggression, only intelligence and patience. As if they had expected this moment, communication began slowly, energy pulses and light signals forming patterns that the aliens could understand. Mathematics, language, and emotion combined into messages that conveyed curiosity, power, and reason. The alien leaders listened, astonished. Humans were speaking without words, yet their meaning was clear, their calm confidence leaving the aliens uneasy. They had never encountered a species that could evolve so quickly and act so decisively. A council of alien ships approached to observe more closely, their sensors recording the human formations, noting the energy shields, the fleet coordination, and the strategic positions, all signs of intelligence and advanced technology. Some alien factions, however, grew impatient, interpreting the humans' calm as arrogance, a challenge, a potential threat that could not be ignored. Without warning, a rogue alien vessel fired a warning shot at a human ship, testing their response. The beam cut through space, hitting nothing. As the humans had anticipated, in an instant, the human ship responded, not with violence, but with a demonstration of power, a controlled pulse of energy that disabled the rogue vessel's systems without harming the crew. Shock spread across the alien fleet. No one had expected such precise control, such restraint. The humans were powerful but not reckless, their actions both defensive and intimidating, leaving the aliens in awe. The rogue vessel retreated, its crew shaken, while other alien leaders realized that humans were not ordinary. They were a force to be respected, feared, and understood, all at once. The humans then sent a signal, a message of peace and reason, showing that they were capable of conflict, yes, but sought understanding first, cooperation second, and dominance only if provoked. Tension filled the space above Earth, fleets of alien vessels holding positions, humans standing ready. A silent standoff that could erupt at any moment, the suspense unbearable. Meanwhile, humans began communicating with other alien fleets approaching from farther systems, sharing data, patterns, and strategies, showing not only power but intelligence, diplomacy, and foresight. The galaxy began to realize that humans had changed, evolving not just in strength but in wisdom. capable of defending themselves while reaching out to others, a balance no other species had achieved. As the night continued, minor skirmishes tested human reactions, and every time, humans responded with precision, strategy, and restraint, earning cautious respect from even the most skeptical alien factions. Signals from human vessels pulsed outward, calling for observation, dialogue, and cooperation, demonstrating that Earth's disappearance had not been a disaster, but a transformation, a rebirth into something far greater. The first contact had turned into a test of strength, a display of restraint, and a lesson in intelligence, leaving the galaxy stunned and full of questions, wondering what humans would do next. And as the fleets held their positions above the empty Earth, humans glowed with calm confidence, their purpose clear but still mysterious. The suspense building, for the real challenge was yet to come. The universe had never seen anything like this. A species that vanished overnight, rose with incredible power, and now commanded attention and respect across star systems, leaving the galaxy on the edge of uncertainty and awe. The stage was set, the players in position, and the story of humanity's rise was reaching a critical point, a story that would change the fate of the galaxy forever. The humans floated above the empty Earth, their starships shining like a constellation, calm and powerful, the galaxy watching, waiting for their next move. Alien leaders had gathered their fleets, signals buzzing across space, and for the first time, they asked the question that had been on every mind: what do the humans want? The humans responded, not with aggression, but with revelation, sending pulses of information that spoke of their purpose, their vision, and their plan for the galaxy. They explained that their sudden disappearance had been intentional, a transformation to evolve beyond the limitations of Earth, to prepare for a new role among the stars. They had not vanished to hide, but to rise, to become a species capable of influencing the galaxy, sharing knowledge, and uniting civilizations that had been divided for eons. Some alien factions were skeptical, unable to trust a species that had disappeared overnight, while others were inspired. Seeing the humans as a force that could bring balance and growth, humans demonstrated their technology, energy systems that could power entire planets, shields that could protect fleets, and communication methods that connected minds across light. The galaxy realized that Earth's species was no longer ordinary. They were extraordinary, capable of diplomacy, defense, and advancement on a scale never seen before. A council of alien leaders approached the humans, seeking dialogue, understanding, and alliance. Humans welcomed them, their calm and confident presence radiating trust and authority. But the humans also warned of dangers, cosmic events and threats that could destroy planets, civilizations, and entire star systems, events that required unity, intelligence, and strength to survive. The revelation changed everything. The galaxy saw that humans were not conquerors, but protectors, teachers, and innovators, a species that had evolved to bring hope and guidance. Alien fleets moved closer, establishing communication channels, sharing knowledge, and learning from the humans, slowly realizing that this new species could lead a new era in galactic history. And yet, suspense remained, for the humans had grown powerful, mysterious, and unpredictable, their full capabilities still unknown, their plans unfolding slowly like a story written across the stars. The universe held its breath, watching, waiting, learning, and wondering what humans would do next. For their rise was only the beginning of a much larger story, a story that would span light, civilizations, and time itself. Humans began to explore, not as conquerors, but as pioneers, establishing bases on moons, planets, and asteroids, connecting systems, and spreading knowledge, showing that their disappearance had been a beginning, not an end. The galaxy adapted, slowly accepting the humans as a new power, a species to respect, understand, and follow, their presence bringing both hope and awe, changing politics, technology, and alliances forever. And as the humans looked back at their empty home, Earth, they remembered their past, the planet they had left behind, the species they had been, and the journey that had transformed them into something greater. The revelation was clear. Humans had risen. The galaxy would never be the same, and their future stretched endlessly into the stars, full of possibilities, challenges, and adventures. This was the final act of Earth's night of disappearance, the beginning of humanity's story among the stars, a story of evolution, power, and hope, and a story that would be remembered across the universe forever. The galaxy waited, curious, inspired, and cautious, as humans took their place, not as ordinary beings, but as a species reborn, a species capable of shaping the future of countless worlds. And so, the story ended, for now, but the adventure, the rise, and the influence of humanity would continue, echoing across the stars for generations to come.